Hi, welcome to my latest video. Today I'm out here on a sunny February Sunday afternoon. I'm going to do a very quick video showing how to replace the headlight release ramp. Okay, it's called the headlight release ramp. We all call it the headlight release bendy clippy thing at the back of the headlight. Okay, so I will show you what I'm talking about. It is this thing here. Okay, so it's that thing. I can just balance the headlight like that. So this, okay, is the thing that kind of flexes, and it's what the release rod attaches to. And you can see mine's broken off there. Okay, so the bit that clips onto the rod has completely gone. So I need to change this. I bought a new one from Powerful UK. There it is, part number LR001538. Okay, and they call it the ramp. Okay, so you can get those from Powerful UK, so powerfuluk.com, and I can't remember how much I paid for that. I think it was about £15, something like that. I'll put the price up at the bottom of the screen, but let's just stop that bag from blowing away, and I'll show you the new one. Okay, so this is what the brand new one looks like, and it fits that way round. Okay, so this one here, not only has it lost the sort of this bit, the sort of crossbar thing, does look like a little Lego axle, that bit that the rod attaches to, but it's also lost this springy clip. Okay, so that clip remains there, and somewhere here I've got the rest of the clip that's broken off. Okay, so I'm going to replace this with the nice new one, and I will put the camera on the tripod. Okay, so I've got both hands free, and then we're going to remove these two screws here. Now these can be quite rusted. Okay, so they are little tiny Torx ones. Okay, so they are something really small. I think it's a T10. I'll stick that at the bottom of the screen. Pretty sure it's a T10. It's one of the smallest Torx sizes you can get. Okay, now my socket set here, actually the standard Torx bits don't go down to T10, they only go to T15, but luckily the security ones, the ones with the little hole in the middle, go to T10. Okay, so I'll put the camera on the tripod and we'll try and remove these. Now these can be rusty. Okay, my ones here are not too bad, but if you have difficulty undoing these, then you might have to sort of cut like a groove across it, or just cut out the remains of the plastic with cutters, and then just get a big pair of pliers on it to undo those. Okay, they are just little self-tapping screws, and what you want to not do is try and drill them out, because you'll end up just going through this plastic into the headlight housing. Okay, which needs to be kind of sealed. Okay, so these can be a right pain to undo. A good soaking of WD-40 will probably help. And make sure you use the right bit. Okay, so they are Torx, not Crosshead or Phillips bit, T10, and eventually you'll be able to kind of get those moving, get some pliers or something on them, and undo those to remove the remains of this. Now I'm going to do that now. I'm going to put the camera on the tripod and remove that, and then we'll fit the new one. Okay, right, so I've got both hands free now. It would be better actually to put this sort of on a workbench or a table. It's a little bit precarious sort of sitting here. So if you do it like I'm doing here, balancing it on the side of the engine bay, just make sure it doesn't fall off and smash on the floor. Right, I'm going to undo these two now. Now these have actually been loosened off in advance. Okay, they were very rusty, and I managed to kind of use some WD-40 to kind of get them moving. So I remove both of those, and I'm going to throw those old screws away because they're not stainless steel, they are just mild steel, and as you can see they do get in a bit of a state. So what I'm going to use to refit the new one, okay, so that goes that way around. There is a sort of groove thing there, and it kind of goes into like a sandwich there. Let's see if I'll show you that. Okay, so you can see that there is a kind of a slot and a groove that it kind of goes into. You'll know if it's in because it fits in like that, not like that and not underneath there. It's got to go like that so that you're underneath this top sort of tongue sticking out here. And I'm actually going to fit some stainless steel screws. Now these are not Torx, these are just Phillips head, you know, sort of cross head, and I'm going to put them in. These are 9mm long, 3.5mm thread width, diameter, whatever it is, 3.5mm self-tapping flanged head screws. Okay, I will put a link to those in the description of this video. I bought them on eBay. They were from Bolt Base, I think, and I'll put a link up to those. Now, let me just find the correct bit for my screwdriver here. Right, let's do that up. Now, if you are changing over to sort of self-tappers like this, just sort of, you might have to kind of work them in a little bit if the thread is slightly bigger. Don't go too mad or you'll sort of crack the posts that they screw into. But those are in 3.5. If you were using 4mm thread, it might be a bit too big. You see, it risks cracking the housing. So that's in there now, and it looks a bit wobbly, but that's how it's meant to be. Okay, so it is meant to be flexible. And what I'm going to do now is reattach the headlight release rod. Now, I'm not using the standard black Lego axle rod. I have these uprated ones. Okay, so I make these and I sell them. If you would like to buy a pair, £10 a pair on my website, beavispits.com. Don't delay, because as I announced in my last video, my parts empire is coming to an end. Okay, I'm going to be focusing on videos for YouTube rather than making parts. These rods here, I make them in lots of different colours. So you've got sort of black if you want to go for that kind of factory look. But I do make them in many other colours, and I'm going to fit a yellow one today, only because the orange one's getting a bit grimy. So let's fit this on here. Now you have to be a bit careful putting this on, make sure it doesn't. There we go. There you go. Okay, so that's the replacement rod. Just sort of work it onto that crossbar. That is on there, and that then kind of clips like that onto the retaining bit. This kink here is more for on this side where there's coolant hoses and things. Okay, so the coolant hoses actually need to run this side. Usually it does depend how the coolant hoses have been run in the factory by Land Rover. Okay, so the rod can go either behind or in front of the coolant hoses, whichever way is best. Right, so let's move this down a bit now so I can refit this in. So let's guide that up behind the coolant hoses. Now let me show you this. Okay, I'm just going to release the camcorder. This is really important. So you can see in there the coolant hoses. Okay, so there are two of them. These are actually balancing pipes. They are coolant, but they just let air out of the coolant system. So I need to take the rod behind, okay, not in front, okay, because then it will be pushing against the coolant hose. Okay, so it needs to go up behind and plug in the electrics. Okay, don't forget that, otherwise your headlights and indicators won't work. Plug that in, listen for the click. Oh. Definitely need to wait for a... Right, that's... Come on, get in there. It's always worth giving it a little tug to pull the connector, make sure it really is clipped in. Okay, let's go back onto the tripod. Need both hands for this. Right. Get that rod up behind there, and then that then clicks in. So that is what that ramp does. It's that kind of click, and then that clips up like that. Okay, so to release, you either pull on the factory one or you lift the uprated rod. It works exactly the same way. It just lifts that ramp, and then the whole lot comes out again. Okay, so that is it. Clip that in, Right, and then let's just have a quick look down the back. Okay, so there's our nice shiny yellow rod, and you can see it's not touching those coolant hoses at all. The factory rod comes up in front of the coolant hoses. Okay, so to the front of the car, so here, not behind them. Okay, so you've just got to run it according to how the coolant hoses are, because I've seen other people where the coolant hoses have made a real tight turn here and they've actually had to run them around the back of the rod. So whichever works best for you. It depends how your car was made in the factory and how Land Rover bent those vent pipes. Right, that is there. Now let's put the I've got my little thumb wheelie things. These are really good. I'll put a link to these in the description as well. Much better than getting the socket set out every time you want to change a headlight bulb. Messing around with those M10 or M5 10mm bolts to remove things, just use these instead. Quick release, yeah, quick release headlights. Okay, and then put the guard back on if you are running a guard, and that is it. That is it. Old piece, broken, can go in the bin. Right, I don't know how long that took. It wasn't that long. If your headlight ramp is broken, get yourself a new one from Powerful UK. That's how you fit it. Really quick and easy. And I hope that video was useful. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.